Hello everybody and welcome to Creativity Time. This is the first creativity time I'm doing since the kids have gone back to school. Though I've got to say I did like Little Miss's assistance in my life, so I'm going to miss that. But anyway, for those who do not know, I am Tatiana and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia. I am a craft addict, I like to say, and I have done a lot of different types of crafting, but paper crafting is one of my favorites. And one of the things I love to paper craft is cards, so that I can send them to loved ones and friends and families to say hello and to let them know I'm thinking of them. So hello to those who have said hello already. They've scrolled past quickly. I can't see all the names already. So good morning. Hello, hello, hello. Wednesdays, 10 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time is my creativity time. And creativity is so important to my life, and you may find that it is quite soothing to yours. And my goal of my lives is to hope to inspire people. Now, you may be watching this live, and you know if you are, if you see the red live right there. If not, that's okay. You're watching the replay or you're watching on YouTube, but please still say hello and welcome. I'm really thrilled that you are watching. I'm going to be using a stamp set that I love but haven't used enough of, and that is the Dandelion Wishes. So let's head to the craft desk and get stamping. I'm so excited. Can you tell? I'm so excited. Excuse me. Right here. See if I can get this. As so. Oh, I think that's too high. There. Let's see. Morning, Kathy. All good. Watch when you can. And join in live when you can. Woohoo! Perfect. Just going to bring it up on the iPad so I can see comments. Might just bring that up a tad. Oh, come on. My marking of where to heighten has rubbed off. Oh, come on. No, I don't want to edit page. This is not working. Posts. There I am. Woohoo! Good morning, good morning. Perfect. As I've already said, Dandelion Wishes, it's a stamp set that I have not used enough. And I really, really love the sentiments. And it is carrying over to the new 2020-2021 annual catalogue. I really have to get my tongue around that one. And I have an idea for this card. And I'm going to start with a piece of shimmery white cardstock because it's beautiful. Can you see the shimmer? I'm not sure if that shows up, but it is a beautiful cardstock and it's good for a bit of watercoloring. Nothing too heavy, but still. And I'm going to be using the Stitch Nested label dies. Good evening. Jenny, not too small. Just picking which die I would like to use, and I kind of want to center it. Okay, this is, I've picked the inches side, but the other side's dirty, so we'll stick to, that's too high. So 3, yeah, that's approximately there. And I want to place that in the middle approximately, vaguely. Morning, Megan. How are you? It's been a while since you've caught me live. I'm glad you could make it today. So I'm just going to die cut that out. There's the plate. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Ta-da! And now I'm going to do, what I'm going to do, should I say, is place that right back in. No worries, Megan. It's nice of you to come in for as long as you can. Hey, Monica, how are you? I'm not sure why that was so sing-songy. I asked her the other day, I said, do you have any happy mail? I couldn't hold it back in anymore. And she said, I haven't checked the mailbox since Friday. So it was a week since she'd checked the mailbox. And I haven't heard back since her. So that was, I asked her on Friday. I'll ask her again. Hey, Vicky. Okay. So I want that to sit there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bit of washi tape because I want the stamping to continue through. Not sure if the washi tape is a good idea or not, but it kind of holds it in place. And we're going to do some heat embossing, but we're going to heat emboss. So we're going to create a pattern. I couldn't help myself, Megan. I had to ask. Speaking of nominations though, if you would like to nominate someone in Australia to receive this card as some happy mail to brighten their day, to share some sunshine, please write there. Just nominate someone in the comments below. This is to Facebook only for the moment, even though I have caught up on my YouTube uploading. I just one place to check. And yes, Megan, I had to ask. I couldn't hold it in anymore. It's like I don't want to tell her she's got happy mail coming, but you know. So I'm going to use the dandelions and I'm going to create a background and we're going to heat emboss it, but we're going to heat emboss it in 2 different colors. And I was just thinking, not white, clear. I've got an out white, but I think clear would be better. So I'm going to clear heat emboss the outside and then in silver on the stitched, but I want the pattern to be continuous. And the reason why I've die cut already is because of that split. Sorry, too much. No worries, Megan. Enjoy your day. So I've just rubbed that with my cardstock with Embossing Buddy, and now I am inking my stamp set in Versamark, and I'm going to add the pattern. I'm hoping to be able to ink. Now I know that you probably can't see where I have stamped, and that's okay. I can just see, and I'm trying to work quickly. Trying to work quickly so that we can add, finding a spot where I can hold that there. Let's start with the silver. Carefully put that to one side. I should have opened up the embossing containers. Key thing is to get the embossing powder on as quickly as possible. I'm not happy with those. I might have to redo this. If I'm not happy, I'm not happy. And now I'm grabbing the clear. So I want it to be subtle on the other piece. Just removing that so that covering one more bit. So you've got to try to put the embossing powder on fairly quickly before the ink dries, but once the powder is on, it doesn't matter too much, and you can, hoping the camera does pick that up, you can see the, what is it, the embossing there. Just going to cover this up. I'm going to bring in the silver again, and I've got a brush. This is a paintbrush that I had in my stash, and what I do is, if you get powder somewhere where you don't want it, you can brush it off before you heat set it. We shall try. Yes, it's visible. Great, Joanne. Hey, hello. Thanks for joining me. I'm thinking I probably will redo this, but let's heat set it and see how it turns out. I am a bit of a perfectionist. Just covered up my... I'm going to heat up the heat tool, and while that's heating, I'm going to just clean my stamps. That one got too inky. I was too zealous in my tap, tap, tapping. Don't know how that post-it note got there. The hotter your heat tool is, the better. And I'm going to bring it up. Sorry. The smarter thing would just be to move. The cord was going to go over that. Okay. And now, don't wiggle your heat tool too much. Just let it start doing its thing, and then just move it across the image. As so. Beautiful. Is that showing up? I should be leaning it this way. I really need to work on the lighting in here. It was working for a while. Whoop. There we go. I love this, the magic of it changing colour. Well, changing, not necessarily colour, but setting and going all silvery. Perfect. And now the second piece. Now remember, this one's clear, so we're not going to see it as obvious, but it will be there. Maybe I should have done white. I'm thinking I should have done white. Getting hot. Yes, clear is very subtle, and the reason why I changed to clear was because shimmery white is not a pure white, so I thought the white would be too stark. But basically, the picture continues on. We're going to create two cards today and see which one we like better. We're going to do a second version of this with the white on the back, because I would like to see the difference. I'm grabbing the white. I'm going to cut another piece of shimmery white. So that piece was at 10 centimeters by 14.3. We'll do a compare and contrast. It's going to be worth it, people. Hey Tam, how's it going? Has your joining kit arrived? I hope so. It's such a long wait. And you would think I would use the center point there. There we go. Oh, that's not quite. Oh, yes, it is. And where did that washi tape go? I'll be right back. And same thing again. Hopefully this time I get a, not happy with the image there. I was too excited. Back. There. And here. Bit of embossing buddy. Did do it last time, so I'm not sure. Ooh, I really need to. There's a lot of things I need to do. Where's the Versamark? There it is. This one worked quite well. It's not quite centered, is it? I'm going to not take my, I felt like I was rushing before. Do a slightly different pattern as well. Ink, ink, ink. Tap, tap. Can vaguely see where my bits are. And that can go here. And I'll add some down here. Carefully separating the two. Start with this one because the white is on top. And I just gently tap, tapping inside this, the die cut, but you just to tap off the excess. And then I'm going to tap on the back, flick, 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 flick. Ooh, I really like that. I'm glad I went with white this time. Cover that up. And repeat with silver on the other piece. I have a habit of tapping on the sides instead of the back. I don't know why. The back would be better. There we go. I think we need a bit more powder. There. Fantastic. I'm glad I redid that. See, I'm keeping it real once again. And heat up the tool. Give my stamps a clean. Hey Susan, how's it going? Oh, no. Hey Siri, stop. Okay, so I have my iPad right in front of me watching the comments, and Suri turned on and she said that she's not doing too bad. In case anyone was wondering, that is hilarious. I've never had that happen. It's the first for any time. There we go. And now the white. Are you good too? Suri's good as well. She can't complain, she said. So I'm just slowly moving the heat tool across the image as I see it's setting. And good to get your fingers out of the way because it really is hot. Last little bit. Perfect. And that's the way that one goes. And now we're going to put the background pieces to the side. Use a clipboard. I normally use a block, so I normally do it on the table and use a block, but I was kind of hoping to show the viewers how that's going. And I'm going to take my big F block. Hello Vicky, also long time no see. Hope you are well. And I'm using Seaside Spray. I'm just going to spritz that with a little bit of water just to get it runny. Looks like I need to re-ink it too. And we're going to do a watercolor wash. And this is why I use the shimmery white. You could also use watercolor paper, but I didn't want the thickness of watercolor paper, if you know what I mean. Shimmery white. Yes, it is curling up, but it will dry. Not too bad, thanks Vicky. Kids are back at school, so that's making life a tad easier, to be honest. Though I am out of practice with lunches and routines. I'm tired now. I liked the sleeping in business. I miss the COVID sleep-ins. But no, it's good that they're back, and it's wellness week this week and they're doing lots of fun activities, so it's a great week to head back to school. So that's, I want a bit more colour on that. But my ink pad was a bit dry, so I'm just going to add an ink refill. I never realised how dry or how used my ink pads are until I do this and go, ah. Mix that in with some water and going over it a bit. Don't want even colour. Per se, it's just a nice kind of wash, splotchy splotchy wash. There, I'm quite happy with that, and I'm going to give it. Yes, that's right, Joanne. We can use a block to press it down, but we don't have time for that. And I'm also heat setting this a bit because of time. And the other trick is you can heat both sides. So it's curling up this way as I'm heating the back, and now I can change sides, I'm going to put that down, and it's starting to curl the other way. So if I heat both sides, not only does it dry the ink, it also kind of keeps curling this way and that way. Just be careful though, because you're going to reactivate the heat embossing. So the heat embossing is going to get heated up again and a bit wet, so it can easily smudge as well. So just be aware of that when you're doing this. But I am very happy with that. I like the uneven tone of the watercolouring. Put that to the side. Got a bit of powder on my paper. Now that goes in that one, and this one goes in this one. And we need card bases, don't we? And taking a piece of that same blue, the Seaside Spray, and we need 2 card bases, so we're going to get 2 out of that. So because I want 2, I'm scoring once and cutting once, and that way. So I'm just scoring at 14.8 and then cutting at 10.5. Metric and letter size paper, people, just half and half and you'll be good. Should have cut the inside out. We need card inserts. Because I've used shimmery white on the front, I'm going to use shimmery white on the inside as well. Just for some consistency really. And I want that at 14.3 and at 10 I like a little bit of border around. And 10. And there we go. And we can fold our cards. And fold. I like to fold it the other way. Doesn't matter which way you fold it really. Score. Fold. And we're going to decorate the inside, as I always say. Which one? We'll do this one. I'll bring the grid paper in again. And we will stamp in Seaside Spray on the inside. Don't need to ink up the entire stamp because I just want it in the corner there. And while we have the ink out, I shall grab 2 envelopes. Let's say 1 envelope we will stamp on the front. Pretty. And the other envelope, I'm going to, so I've tucked the envelope flap onto the edge, and now we're going to stamp just the envelope flap. It's sort of like the pattern like we did on the front of the card, essentially. And by folding it over like that, I'm not getting ink on my desk essentially, or the rest of the envelope. Pretty. So glad I remembered to do that while the ink pad was out. I often forget to do it at the time. Now we can assemble our cards. So yes, remember, you can nominate somebody to receive this card in the mail by just writing your nomination in the comments. Facebook only. And I will keep it open until my next live, which is on Monday. I was trying to do it at maths. 25th. I knew that this Monday was the 18th. I tried doing that in my head. Nice little border. And we've still got the sentiment to go as well. But I like to assemble bits that I have already so that they're not lying on my desk and don't lose them essentially. Bing, bam, we can take that out. We're going to glue down the card front that is the background. So by gluing this bit first, it gives us the right positioning for this one, but we're going to put this one up on dimensionals as well, just for kicks. And we're going to decorate it too. And what I want to do is take the very, very beautiful, what's it called? Metallic ribbon, which is in Seaside Spray, and add a bow right here. Sometimes if I was doing a bow across the entire front, what I would do is just attach a bit of ribbon on the back there, cut a bit of ribbon so that I'm not wasting the ribbon behind. But this is such a small piece that essentially I'm only, well, no, let's do it. Let's not waste ribbon. We want it on the front. We don't want it hiding in the back. I'll show you what I mean. Just making sure I've got this the right way around. Yep, so that now matches up. So I put a bit of tear and tape on the back where I want the ribbon, and take the backing off. And the ribbon, and then I can trim the ribbon off and then add to the other side. And here's a trick how to line it up so that so I take the first bit and I pull it across so that it's nice and even, and that gives me the marking point of where to add this other side. And now we can tie our bow. I want the bow to sit more to the right. Now I've just still a bit of tear and tape on the back there, so I'm using that to hold that little bit down. And you may have realized that I have not yet snipped off the second bit of that ribbon. It is easier to tie when it hasn't, and I do want it nice and taut. So the trick for that one is a glue dot. I'm just using my snips because they're right there. I want the knot in that spot. So adding a glue dot to where I want that knot just gives it a bit more stability when I'm tying the bow. And Now the bow is a lot more taut. Taut, is that the right word? And you can adjust it. You can pull it up off the glue dot to adjust, but the first time I tied it, if you noticed, that ribbon was kind of loose. Pretty. Love this ribbon. I'm so glad that this ribbon was in the holiday catalogue. I'm so glad it carried over. And now we'll add our dimensionals to the back. I used to, and now all of a sudden I don't have to. Go figure. Why was I tying bows on? I had to tie lots of bows on someone's wedding invitation for some reason. It wasn't mine. I don't think I had bows. No, I didn't have bows on mine. I was tying them somewhere, but I was tying them all upside down. I do like tying bows with a fork as well. And now you line that into the negative. And we can trim the ribbon. There we go. Now this is the one with the whisper white background. Just got to quickly repeat this entire process again. So making sure that is in the right spot. That doesn't look right. Oh yes, it is. Be a bit quicker because I won't explain it this time. I'll just do. And what we'll do is we'll put the bow on the opposite side this time. Pulling that across to give us the positioning. Placing that down. Now you could totally not do that bit. You could just string it across the back and save a bit of time. And where's my glue dot? The ribbon is pretty. I really, really love this ribbon. And I want the dot, the knot. I think that's the trick. I need to tie them upside down when I do one bunny loop, but when I do two bunny ears, sorry, I called it bunny loop. Bunny ears. The other thing you could do is just put a piece of ribbon across and then tie a bow separately and glue that on top. There, that one's upside down, Tanya. Totally. And if I turn it, oh, now I'm confused. Now my bows aren't working. I did two bunny ears last time. Well, for just the card we just did. Oh, come on. Let's try without the bunny ears. Well, one around the other. There we go, that worked. It's just a matter of play. It's individual. Yes, it varies from bow to bow, minute to minute, literally. Literally. Oh, thanks, Margaret, and good morning to you too. We did some heat embossing, some die cutting, and some watercolouring. You can catch up on the recording if you'd like. You don't have to. You can get the gist. But I've got one here. We're making two because I heat embossed the entire front, creating a pattern using the Dandelion Wishes. Hi, Deb. Enjoy your work day. So what a nice break. I think it's a nice break. Bit of creative break there. And basically we heat embossed the whole thing. The center bit's got heat embossed in silver, and the outsides on this card, it was Whisper White, and I was worried that that was too stark white, so I changed to clear. Then that one wasn't perfect, so I started again and did white so that we can compare and contrast, and essentially either can work. You could do white or you could do, they're both, this is subtle in a very different way. I thought it would be stark white, but it's not jumping out as stark white. It's, anyway, sentiments. Sentiments. Thank you, Margaret. I'm going to, what do we think? Let's take a vote because I can't decide. Do we want the sentiment in Seaside Spray? Give me a thumbs up for Seaside Spray. Or if we're going to heat emboss, let's put the heat tool right there, the sentiment in silver, give me a love heart. So what do we think? I can't decide. So again, thumbs up for Seaside Spray and a love heart for heat embossed in silver for the sentiments. Got 2 thumbs and 1 love. Do one, you're a genius. Do one in each. Of course, we have 2 cards. I honestly didn't think of that. One of each, let's do it. Totally. Okay. Do we want to vote which sentiment, or should I just pick 2? Let's think. I made a wish and you came true. I think that will sit nicely. The others are too big. I can kind of see it sitting like that. Visualized it sitting. We'll start with the heat embossed. One of each. So I'll do the embossing buddy. So I've got another piece of shimmery white here. I'm just keeping to the same cardstock. Shimmery white there. I love it, Monica. You need to see it. Well, you'll get to see it. Perfect. I made a wish and you came true. While I'm heating my tool, my heat tool, should I say, I'll stamp the So I'm trying to use the ink pad where it's darkest. Perfect. Looking for the lid. Now, I was thinking of fussy cutting these out, but another idea came to me. Let's see. No, that's not going to work. Fussy cut it is. I was going to say we could, but I could do extended die cutting, but too much. Easier to fussy cut. So I'm cutting that to the side. Hey Cindy, long time no talk. How are you? How's Miss Lara? I really like the look of the sentiments when they're fussy cut out. Sorry, silence of concentrating. That's one. I should probably talk. The new annual catalogue is just around the corner, really. So let me know if you need a copy, because I'd happily send you one, as long as you are in Australia and you don't have a demonstrator. Because if you do have a demonstrator, ask your demonstrator for a copy of the catalogue. There is no problem in that. And it is beautiful. You will find this stamp set and this ribbon and the colour in the new catalogue. There's no disappointment there. I was trying to think of the right word. Not fully happy with that bow. Just picking up the glue dot and readjusting. I should have tied that bow upside down. It's one of those things. So this is what I do. Even when I'm not live, I will redo things a few times sometimes until I'm happy. That didn't even work either. Gotta say though, having this stuck down is quite handy. Yep. Don't know what about this one. It is. It's not happy. Not happy, Jan. Doesn't want to be a bow. Got it. Sort of. Not really. Thought I had it. Okay, I'm going to leave that for now. Let's get the sentiments on. We will need 2 small, there they go, there they are. 2 small. So remember the center bits are up on dimensionals. Ooh, peeled the backing off, not the, okay, true. So that means I want a dimensional on the edge of that sentiment so that it sits evenly. And just a bit of glue for the rest of it. So what do we think? Silver or silver or, my lighting is terrible today. Sorry guys, I have no idea what's going on. But which one do we prefer? Seaside spray or silver embossing? I can't decide. I think they both like. Thank you, Vicky. I thought so too. Excuse me. Well, thank you so much for joining me. So let me know if you need a new annual catalogue. Silver for you, Vicky. Both. There's quite a few for boths. Let me know if you'd like to nominate someone to receive one of these cards in the mail, and your nominee may receive it as long as they're in Australia. Both for you, Monica, as well. My next live will be on Monday. Fantastic Fun Folds, and I have promised to do a landscape easel card. So it's the same concept as the previous easel card that I did months ago or weeks ago, but in landscape mode, just for something different. So that's 8 p.m. Monday, the 25th, and that's when I'll leave the nominations open for this card. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I hope that I have inspired you to go out and spend some time being creative in our busy lives. Bye for now.